Facebook. It is Jerry coming to you from Guanacaste, Costa Rica. It's the first cloudy day I think I've ever done, or at least in the last few years. Cloudy Tuesday. Usually they're bright and sunny. It's the beginning of our rainy season. We have all kinds of wildlife happening the last week or so here. I had a boa constrictor, a big one in my yard, and then somehow a snake got in. It was under my couch yesterday. I had a fake coral snake here 4 days ago. We have 3 falcons. 2 falcons had a baby falcon, red-tailed macaws, monkeys, everything. It's all going crazy. Anyway, I'm at Rythmia, Guanacaste in Costa Rica. Rythmia is a life advancement center that is unlike any center in the world. It's plant-based, meaning ayahuasca is our plant, our medicine plant. It's a medically licensed facility. We use yoga, meditation, breath work, classes, metaphysical teachings. Michael Beckwith, The Answer Is You. Breath work, all kinds of modalities, the cleanse, all coming together for this 1 week of an amazing experience, a truly amazing experience. In 1 week, people check in one way and check out a completely different way. Now, there's been over 14,000 clients through the door, 1,000. And of those, 97.77 say they had a life-changing miracle during that stay. Better, at the 6-month mark, 90.28 say that miracle is still working in their life. Crazy. The better part of that question is that they also state, the 90.28, that this was the week that changed their life. Where can you get that? Nowhere else that I know of that has that kind of impact in a 1-week stay. So put Rythmia in your travel plans. If it's not already there, make it a destination for you because it changes lives incredibly. All kinds of people come here. Movie stars, athletes, business people, regular people like you and I. This week, Cesar Milan, the dog whisperer, who is also a board member, is teaching a class here. He loves this place. He loves Rythmia, and I can't blame him. Okay. The name of this Facebook is Messages.
Medicine Thoughts.
Medicine Thoughts number 9. I had a very interesting question last week. I'm always talking about the system of becoming a beneficial presence. Why am I talking about that system? Well, I'm not really a hyper spiritual person. There are people here, shaman and spiritual thought leaders, who've devoted their life to spirituality. I really haven't. I devoted my life to business, and then I had a spiritual experience which made me become more spiritual, and is the reason why I created the Rythmia Life Advancement Center. But there are people here who are much more spiritual than me, and there are people here that have been much better and more successful business people than me. I've been very lucky in business. In my 20s, I became a millionaire, meaning I saved $1 million. In my 20s, in my 30s, I took a company public. At 42, I sold a company for about $90 million. So I've been really lucky in the business front, but I had a very struggled life. And when I finally got the spiritual aspect of this thing and decided to create this place, it was a life changer for me. So when I talk, I'm usually talking about an imperfect guy who had something happen to him, who wanted to become a beneficial presence on the planet, and is in that process. Yeah. So I got an interesting, and I'm always talking about how hard it is. Why am I talking about how hard it is? Because it is hard. So if you take a look at something, and if you have an idea of mathematics, statistics, or probabilities, and you take a look and you say, well, people talk about the 1%ers. Why are they the 1%? It's simple. The 99% either didn't have a formula or gave up. So right out of the gate, you're down to 1% of the people. And then of that 1%, people who really make a difference, the people that are the movers and shakers in business and athletics and all these, the arts, all these things are 1/10 of 1%. What does that break down to? 1 out of about 1,000 people. So 999 get cut off in 1%. Why? Because it's uber hard. It's uber hard to get as good as you have to get at something and as hard as you have to work at something to make a real difference. That is absolutely positively true. Now, somebody said last week, why is it so hard? And why is it so hard and what's it all about? Was this email that I got. So I'm going to tell you what I've seen on the medicine. So this goes to why it's so hard and what it's all about. So on the medicine, this is what I saw. That you're brought in on 2 lines. And then she showed me this, that you're in the middle and you're strung up by these 2 lines. What are these lines? Well, the one is our physical body, which is the product of our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, going all the way back to the origin of this body. And on the other one is the origin of our soul. That's our lives our soul has had in the past. So you're getting 2 different things, and your body has memory, just like muscle memory. So what's muscle memory? In my last business, I was in the plastic surgery business. And let's say somebody had a crooked nose. Well, a lot of times you could go in and straighten that nose, but because of muscle memory, cartilage memory, and bone memory, that nose would turn again. Crazy thing, right? And a lot of us notice this memory, that our body has a memory. So automatically we have a conflict because we're 2 different things. We're a soul that has had past lives, and we're a body that has had past lives. So we're born in conflict, right? We're living this life in conflict. As we get more spiritual, as we get more comfortable with our soul, as we get to know our soul better and to accept our body, because what does our body want to do? What does your body want to do? It wants to survive. How does it survive? It has sex. It eats. It likes pleasure, the feeling of pleasure. It has scarcity. It has all of these earthly things, right? That is the earth body. And that is the thing that we're constantly trying to come up with an acceptance of our soul, the life of our soul, and the product of our soul is in us. And it's trying to rectify and to coincide with our life body. And that's a real rough and rocky road until we have this awakening. And it doesn't end there. There's still struggles, and it's trying to reconcile this life. That still happens. But we now have a vision that we saw something that was eternal. We got a chance to look at our life through our soul, and our soul has this merger. And once we have this merger, we get out of the wanting to receive into the wanting to give. So it's like the polarities of a battery. There's a shift from taking to giving. This occurs, and that process of getting to that point is super hard. Now, for some people, it comes very young in life, and they're super lucky. In some traditions, they might call them saints. My Taita Juanito, he had that happen to him very young in life. That is a gift. For most people, it doesn't happen young in life. We don't, and it happens, quite honestly, stacked older. The quicker you can get it to happen as a young person, the sooner you can separate from pain. So in other words, in this act of receiving, I want, you're going to be riddled with pain. You're going to be riddled with pain even when you get what you want. That's something that I learned in the business world, right? But when you shift that from getting to giving, from being entitled to being entrusted to give, to having obligation and duty to give, then there's this shift, this polar shift that happens in you, and life gets easier. When I say easier, I don't mean that the struggles get easier. I mean that the product of those struggles get easier, right? So what used to devastate you, uh, no longer devastates you. It happens to you, and you watch it occur, but you're doing it from a viewer standpoint, not really from your standpoint. Crazy stuff. But until that happens, there's going to be more pain. So the world will keep, the universe will keep pushing hardship onto you when you are a receptacle. I want to receive. Please give to me. I'm entitled. Please, I need this. I need that. I need that. You're going to be calling in pain, and because it's trying to get you to evolve out of that. What is it? God, spirit, the presence of it, light, life, beauty. It's trying to get you to evolve out of that into giving. Now, once that happens, and once you decide to be a beneficial presence, right? Once you can reconcile these two very different things, a spiritual being that has memories as well, past lives, that of light, of love, of wanting to evolve, in this earth body that has memories from its past lives, of wanting to survive, to procreate, in this desire to procreate, dressed up as sexual energy and sexual desire, is a huge part of our life, right? Of especially of being younger people. When we were younger, of like, let's eat, let's drink, let's have sex, let's conquer, da da da. That's a very earth body thing. And the soul is saying, let's love, let's spread light, let's be. There's these two different things that are very much you. While you are in this earth suit, like your car. So your car is a necessity if you live in a rural area and you're driving back and forth. And a lot of people spend the majority of their life in the car, commuters. That car for that ride is a part of you. You are traveling at its same speed. This body is a part of you while you're on this planet. So this is very much you. People who say it's not you, that they're not part of their body, I don't really understand that, because it's very apparent that soul is alive in that body, and that body is yours for now, right? So making these things, making sense of these two very different things, it's like understanding and grasping these opposites are what it's all about. Yeah. So wanting to heal someone, and then wanting something that they have at the same time, right? So when you're young and you fall in love for that first time, and you want that person's sex, but you want to give them beautiful things as well, like companionship and data. So you're fighting with these two different desires at the same time. Well, plant medicine and a program like this will create a more unified you that has seen the vision of eternity through medicine, that has seen that you are given the opportunity to breathe air in this life at 400 trillion to 1, the odds of you being here and breathing air and being able to touch grass and kiss someone and to hold someone and to hold a baby and to taste the fruits of this life. It's a miracle. That in itself is a miracle. Now, what you can do with it? Well, you can take advantage of it and you can eat all the fruit and not plant a tree. You can father all the children and not take care of them. You can take advantage of the elderly. You can do all of these. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. We put governance in place to keep gross miscarriages of unethical things out of the picture. But you can basically do what you can be as selfish as you want. But in this moment where you see who you are, you see the gift that you've been given, you get a sense, or you're told directly how many times you've been here before and that you're coming back. And you start taking a look at things different and you want to become a beneficial presence on this planet. That is a merger of these two things. That is what's going on. And that's why it's so hard. Because this part of you, if this is my spiritual part and this is my earthly part wants to be taken care of. And my spiritual part wants to take care of. So in this part, I want to procreate and have sex. Or practices or faiths or anything, because that's not what I'm trying to do at all. I'm just trying to answer that question with my understanding based on what I've been shown on the medicine. My 330 journeys. My next journey will be 331, and I'm really looking forward to 333. That's the important one for me. But all of these things, that was to answer that question, and it's an important question because we look at it and we say, why is it so hard? Well, it's so hard because you're in conflict. And the sooner that you can move out of conflict into a direction, to pick a direction, that is a merger. That's what a merger is. All right, until next week, God keep you, God hold you, God bless you. I loved this talk. Get to Rythmia. Hey, I have 2 books out there, Truthonomics and Ship the Moon Said. I have both of these books. Please buy them. Please come here and please experience what all of these people are talking about what a difference this place makes in your life. Please come here and please visit us.